Hi everyone. The article I chose is called Ask an Economist: How Can Today's College Students Future-Proof Their Careers? It's by Joe Pinsker, who writes for The Atlantic, and it was published September 12th, 2016. Now, I thought this article would be pretty significant and relevant to me and all of you as well, as you know, we're all college students, meaning that we're going to be affected by technology's advancements, especially in the coming years. Even now, technology is advancing so rapidly that it's a little hard to keep up, especially for people who are older and really didn't grow up with computers. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, and I thought this article would be very insightful in trying to understand how to better prepare ourselves, essentially, or as the author put it, how to future-proof our careers. Now, the issue that Pinsker addresses here, or he discusses in his article, is condensed into the sentence here. In an ever-increasing world of automation, what impact does this have now there's 4 points. The first one, college students. The second one, job security. Third, education. And finally, income. Now, I think income isn't really addressed much in this article, which I wish it was. I'd like to know a little bit more, especially since he wants to discuss how technology is going to affect everything, especially for college students. And I think income is a big portion of it. Income is huge for college students because really you don't really have an income when you first come out of college. In fact, you're mostly probably going to be in debt. But the way he asks, his approach essentially, he asks, is there anything today's college students can do now to future-proof their careers? And the way he goes about this and answering this question is he has multiple experts give some advice and information about how automation is going to affect all of us in the coming years. So for the critique of the article, the first one is title appropriateness and is in clarity. And I'd say the title is very clear. It's very appropriate for this day and age, as it is important for us to understand how we're going to have to adjust to an ever growing automated world. The abstract, specific, I'd say yes and no, because it seems a little vague, but it does provide enough background information. Pinsker does write about how much, why he's writing about this, and he references a study out of Oxford that talks about this very subject on careers and automation in our jobs and how many jobs are at risk. He really does a good job talking about its relevancy and why it's important now that he talks about this. I will say, though, that it is vague. Like I said, it is a little vague. I wish there was more background as to why he's writing it, as to why he chose this topic, something like that. But there is a purpose to this. Purpose is hopefully to help college students or prospective college students, or maybe parents thinking about college and helping their student choose the right major, because in a few years some jobs may be off the market simply because technology has advanced where it's cheaper, it's faster, and you don't need a person to do it. Like I said, some topics were underemphasized. I thought income, didn't really talk about it there, but I guess with the title, it doesn't say that there's going to be talking about income very much. But it would have been nice to have that in there just to increase the amount of insight and advice the article already gives. Objectively speaking, the article is pretty objective. There's a lot of facts in here, but also a lot more opinion. These experts do give fact-based analysis about what they've seen and what they've analyzed over the years, and what they see in the next coming years. But they also offer a lot of personal opinion on how to go about this. But because they are experts, because most of them are professors of high very credible universities, it can be overlooked because they know what they're talking about. They understand what's happening. They know what's happening right now for college students, and in the next coming years, what's going to be happening to them. Um, it's very objective, in the sense, more objective than subjective, and there are a few uh, quotes here, a few excerpts that I took out of a few of the experts that Pinsker asked the question, how should college students future-proof? And they're somewhat dispiriting, I could say, uh, that, essentially it's time to get with the times. Things are not changing back to what they were. They're moving forward. Technology is prevalent. It's helpful for big business. Think about back then. There weren't that many big corporations, but nowadays there are, and they're all trying to learn and do their best to make money. So really, it's not too positive, but it's helpful information and helpful advice from people who do hopefully know what they're talking about. There's definitely a lot of credibility here. That also strengthens the article too, because of these people: Julia Kirby, William A. Darity Jr., Ryan Avent, Eric, oh my goodness, and Lisa D. Cook. Very, very credible people who have a lot to say, and they do give a lot of advice on how to go about this. So that's the end. That's the last bit of it. Thank you, everyone.